Hello, everyone, and welcome to the City of Quincy Board of License Commissioners meeting, June 7th at 4 p.m. I will read into the record the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Sue, can you call the roll?
Inspector Anderson.
Here.
Commissioner Castley. Chief Jackson. Absent. Chief Keenan.
Here.
Chair Crispo.
Present.
4 members.
We do have 5 items on our agenda this afternoon. I will get right to agenda item number 1. Hearing regarding the request of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit for a 1-day beer and wine license for after hours at the Crane, the Jazz Age, on Friday, June 17th, from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Christy Lockhart. Christy, are you here? Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are
Can you come up? Welcome, and can you tell us about your event?
Sure. So this is an event, is this on? Yes. So this is an event that we do a couple of times a year. We call it our after hours event, and it basically is in service of a strategic priority we have called fostering community. So we particularly go after a lot of the people who are living in the condos in the Quincy Center area, a lot of whom have moved into town during the pandemic. So our last event, for instance, in December, we had a couple hundred people attend. Anecdotally, a lot of whom had been in the area for less than a year and had never been inside the library before or really engaged with the city in any way, which is sort of our priority. So we have a fun event. We sign people up for library cards. It's pretty low key. So last time we had a murder mystery scavenger hunt. This time our theme is the Jazz Age. So we're having dance instructors teaching the foxtrot. We're doing a silent movie. We have a cash bar and light appetizers. And mostly people just kind of mingle and meet their neighbors.
Very nice. Let me ask, does anyone here have any questions, concerns about the Thomas Crane Public Library for an after hours at the Crane, the Jazz Age? Seeing no questions, concerns, board members, any questions, concerns?
Serves the alcohol.
So usually we kind of rely on relationships with restaurants from the area. This time, the Townsend is providing the alcohol and the food. We, however, actually have a staff member who's going to be serving it, which is new for us, partially just because we've been finding that a lot of our restaurant neighbors are very understaffed at this point, so it's hard to ask them to do it for a whole evening. But the Townsend has been kind enough. They're providing us with like cans of wine and beer. So it'll be one of our staff is tip certified, so it'll be passing it out. Yeah.
Excellent. Ready for motion?
Yes, please.
Madam Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit, 1-day beer and wine license for after hours at the Crane, the Jazz Age, on Friday, June 17th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., represented by Christy Lockhart.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Christy, you're all set. Good luck.
Have fun.
Next is agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of Kilroy's OTS 14 LLC, doing business as Kilroy's on the Square. Kerry Delaney, manager, for a transfer of the on-premise all alcohol beverage restaurant license presently held by Tully's Cafe, Inc., for the premise located at 24 Cottage Ave. The applicant also requests an alteration of the licensed premise to reflect renovations that includes shifting the current bar area to accommodate a new kitchen. Kerry Delaney is here to represent Kilroy's on the Square. Hi, Kerry. Why don't you tell us about what you plan on doing?
Well, I already own the restaurant 2 doors down, so very familiar with the area. So Tully's was the oldest bar in Quincy, so kind of nice to be able to take that over, and I knew that family really well. we are ended up pretty much doing the whole thing over just because we're going to put a very small kitchen in with a very limited menu, more pub food opposed to with 16C, it was more entrees. And it will be open from lunch right up to dinner in a full bar.
Thank you.
Sure.
Is the
One,
o'clock
yep,
license.
license, and that, will that be 7 days a week?
yes.
And let me ask if there's anybody here with any questions, concerns with Kilroy's on the Square, the Old Tully's Cafe.
Quick question. John Rotafel, are you gonna make pizza?
We haven't 100% agreed on the pizza yet, but we're definitely doing sandwiches and different things like french fries, baskets of fries, pub food.
Like, will the bar be, like the bar's open till 1, but like, would you be able to get food?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
almost closing?
Yeah.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yep.
Seeing no questions, concerns, other than John, of course. Looking for a motion.
I just had a quick question.
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you know what the opening date is by any chance?
No,
No?
I'm sorry, we're so, not anytime soon. But
Okay,
just
that's
'cause-
perfect.
Yeah, because we can't
Um,
really get anything.
Yeah, whenever you do decide to open,
Yeah.
just let us know that we just have to do an inspection
Yeah,
before
of
you
course.
open.
Yep,
Perfect.
It's half as good as 16C, which is success.
thank you,
You run an excellent business.
thank you.
Madam Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Kilroy's OTS 14 LLC, doing business as Kilroy's on the Square, Kerry Delaney, manager, for a transfer of the on-premise all alcohol beverage restaurant license presently held by Tully's Cafe for the premise located at 24 Cottage Ave. Do you need a second motion on modifications?
Yep.
So I'll make that first motion.
All in favor?
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to make the motion to grant the applicant the request for an alteration of the licensed premises to reflect the renovations that include shifting the current bar area to accommodate the new kitchen.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck, Kerry.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
sure it'll
Thank
be
you.
wonderful. Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Pres Pub Inc. doing business as Presidential Pub, Javi Gabalt, manager, for a transfer of the all-alcohol beverage license on premise presently held by Rycon Inc., doing for the premise located at 29 Temple Street. Harvey Gabalt and Arthur Foley are here present. Please come up to the podium. Thank you. Hi, Harvey, how are you?
Good, very good.
Why don't you tell us what your plans are for the Prezi Pub?
We're not really planning on making any major changes to it. It's a neighborhood bar, I've been there for 27 years on 2 different owners, and the current one's retiring, so passing on the baton.
Excellent. Same hours of operation?
Yes.
7
Yeah.
days a week?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions, concerns from anyone here? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns for the Prez Pub?
So no modifications inside, just basically going to take over
Maybe-
operations.
Coat of paint, basically. Just clean it up a little bit.
Beautiful.
Okay, looking for a motion.
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Prezi Pub, doing business as the Presidential Pub, Javi Gabalt, manager, for a transfer of the all-alcohol beverage general on-premise license presently held by Rycon for the premise located at 29 Temple, represented by Javi Gilbo, and Arthur Foley.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're all set.
Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of Belvedere Inc. doing business as wine and malt, as wine and market. Sun Kamal Patel, manager, for the transfer of the off-premise package store all alcohol beverage license presently held by 2030 Ocean Street LLC for the premise located at 67 Billings Road. The applicant also seeks a pledge of the license and inventory to Rockland Trust Bank. Attorney Matthew Porter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Board. My name is Matthew Porter. I'm the attorney for Bhudevi Inc. Along with me is Sunil Kumar Patel, Mr. Patel is the 100% shareholder of Budevi Inc., President, Treasurer, Secretary, Director. I'd also be the license manager on site. This is a transfer of the all alcohol license, which was recently granted by the board at 67 Billings Road. Dan Newcomb had the idea of coming in, building out a brand new wine and market at that location. As it so turned out, my client has been looking for a location within the city of Quincy. They're actually under agreement to sell Sunnyside Food and Market, which is closing in a couple weeks. And so that sale of that business is going to allow them opportunity to build out a store from scratch, which has been their desire for an extended period of time. So Mr. Patel is certainly aware of the rules and responsibilities that come along with the license. They had no violations whatsoever over that 8-year period. So they're aware of the importance that the city puts on that as well as the state. He's tip certified, certainly has a significant amount of experience in that industry. There is a pledge of the license to Rockland Trust, who is helping finance the purchase of the building as well as the, I should say, of the business as well as the build out of the store itself. So with that, I can certainly answer any questions that Mr. Patel can as well.
Thank you. Any questions, concerns from anyone here? Seeing none, board members?
Just a quick question. Any retail food or tobacco products being sold?
Yeah, so it will be prepackaged food. There'll be no deli there. So these guys are working through all their local licensing for the tobacco and then the prepackaged foods.
Are you
No.
affiliated with any of the other markets that Patel's own in the city?
Well, as it so turns out, he's also selling Quincy Market, who is next before you. So they own that for a very short period of time. But this will now be the only operation that Mr. Patel has within the city.
Before opening, if you could just check in with our office, we just need to inspect it and make sure you have a license for food and tobacco as well.
Absolutely, yeah. There'll be some time, once you get to the ABCC, we have to wait to really start the build out in earnest until we get through the state level. But certainly we'll be in contact once it gets to that point.
Perfect.
And hours of operation?
There's no change to it, so.
It's not open, right?
There is no, yeah. So what were your planned hours of operation? Yeah. I think it was 8 to 10? Okay. And then 10 to 10 on Sundays then? Yeah.
Okay, looking for a motion.
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Budevi Inc., doing business as Wine and Market, Sun Sulkamir Patel, manager, for a transfer of the off-premises package store all alcohol beverage license presently held by 2030 Ocean Street LLC for the premises located at 67 Billings Road.
All in favor?
Aye. Madam Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request for the pledge of license and the inventory to Rockland Trust.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set. Good luck. Agenda item number 5, hearing regarding the request of the Quincy Market Lawn Corp., doing business as Quincy Market, Hugh McDonald, manager, for the transfer of the off-premise package store wine and malt beverage license presently held by 33 Washington Street, Inc., for a premise located at 33 Washington Street. The applicant also seeks to pledge a license and inventory to Rockland Trust Company. Attorney Matthew Porter.
Board, Matthew Porter, I'm the attorney for Quincy Market LON Corp. Along with me tonight is James Cuccinata, as well as Hugh McDonald. They're two of the 4 principals of the corporation. Unfortunately, the other 2 members could not be with us this evening. Mr. Cuccinata was in the liquor industry several years ago. Hugh McDonald recently has been in the convenience store industry. Ms. Komal Patel has several liquor stores. So as a combined group, certainly a wealth of experience. Hugh will be the license manager, so he'll be on site 40 to 50 hours per week. He is alcohol tip certified. Certainly they'll require any employees there to be alcohol tip certified as well. So this is really just a straightforward sale of that business and a transfer of the beer and wine license that goes along with it. Rockland Trust similarly is financing this transaction as well. So there is a request for the pledge there. There's no major changes to the operation of the store hours or anything like that. So it should be fairly straightforward. But I can certainly answer any questions that the board may have as well.
When do you plan on opening the store again, do you know?
We'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully mid-July.
Mid-July?
Yeah, so we would need to obviously get through the state level.
Mhm.
They've been, I don't know, I don't want to say it on record.
Busy.
Yes, good. I like that better.
Any questions, concerns from anyone here for the request of Quincy Market LON Corp. doing business as Quincy Market? Seeing none. Board members? Seeing none.
You ready for motion?
Ready?
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Quincy Market LON Corp. doing business as Quincy Market, Hugh McDonald, manager, for a transfer of the off-premises package store wines and malt beverage license presently held at 33 Washington Street, Inc., for the premises located at 33 Washington Street. What's the motion?
All in favor?
Aye. Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request for the pledge of the license and inventory to the Rockland Trust Company.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thanks so much.
Good
Good
luck.
night. Take care.
Good luck.
We also do have a late agenda item, a request for a one-day liquor license for Heritage Sport Ventures to accommodate the playoff schedule for the New England Free Jackets at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Sunday, June 19th, Saturday, June 25th, and Sunday, June 26th. Looking for a motion.
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the one-day liquor license for the Heritage Sports Ventures to accommodate the playoff schedule for the New England Free Jacks at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Those dates being Sunday, June 19th, Saturday, June 25th, and Sunday, June 26th.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and looking for a motion to accept the minutes from the hearing on May 17th and waive the reading. All in favor? Our next hearing is June 21st, 2022. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
So granted.